undetectable, untransmittable, take a test. Let's stop this virus spreading.
I am a young person living with HIV and I do various different kinds of activism. I'm from Cardiff, and when I was about 18 I decided to come out about living with HIV, and since then I've gone on to do public speaking around the world, working with different organisations and doing projects like this.
Opera and musical theatre and music has been used as a tool to kind of process and deal with the collective trauma of HIV and AIDS. There's loads of amazing songs and musicals and songbooks. So actually there's a long history of kind of dealing with illness as well beyond HIV through opera and through song and through music. So yeah, it's great, and I think it's a really exciting project, an interesting project, because often those stories and those narratives that we have are often from an older part of the epidemic, so they're covering, a time when people were dying, and there's lots of, the themes are quite heavy, and actually now it's really interesting. It's like, how do you create a new wave of songs and kind of a new movement of art that is about people like me who live with HIV, who are living, long, healthy, happy lives with HIV, in this new era of HIV as we move towards ending the virus.
I think spreading awareness is good for, breaking down the stigma around HIV and allowing people with HIV to feel more connected with society and letting them know that they're not alone.
But let's just kind of share what we discussed in each group, and there's no right or wrong with this as well. Which group wants to go first?
Times have changed. Things have changed for the better. Fewer pills, more life.
It's going to be about the mental experience on HIV and their emotions, how they feel trapped, helpless, alone, and they also have a fear of rejection, trying to say to people that they have HIV.
So when the lyrics are talking about difficult or negative impacts of HIV, it should be more powerful.
It's good. That's what today should be about. This is your response to it, and we're here to facilitate that. So my name's Michael Betteridge. I'm the composer on the project. My role is to work with the young people to get ideas for lyrics, but also music, and inspire them to make choices about what the melody should be in this song and what they want to sing. What's particularly interesting and different about this project is we are creating a response to a particular lived experience. Mercy brings, as someone who lives with HIV, she brings her own experiences authentically and honestly to the space, and it's been so open at talking with the young people about her experiences, and Mercy has created that really safe space to do so, especially when it's really easy to fear that you might upset or offend someone by these questions. She's using her lived experiences to educate and to empower this younger generation.
So when I was in school, I used to take 8 tablets a day, and I just found I hated it. Every day I would just complain about it. I absolutely hated it.
What we've been really careful as a creative team is to really interrogate what that stigma is. What does it mean to live with HIV today? What are the differences of that? What's the nuance in that? And so it means we've taken a long time to discuss that in lyric writing, in scenes, but also think how the operatic voice can give meaning to some of these texts in a really meaningful way that stays true to the young people's responses and the experience living with HIV that we've been exploring.
They seem to be really interested as well in the subject matter, really trying to understand it thoroughly so that they can create something around it. Musically, I think lots of them, for example, have never maybe heard an opera singer, so that was a bit of a surprise. And so from a bit of kind of maybe shock horror, they've gone to, oh yeah, that's how opera sounds. And it's been really lovely to work with them, or alongside them really. So working as a soloist alongside them as a chorus and coming together to create something really special, I think.
I found it really interesting to watch them from day one through to today, the recording day, because they have been quite in their shell, I think, in session one. They didn't really want to share their ideas and it was quite nervous. And today they're all having a great time together. It feels like a group that have worked together quite a lot. Their confidence, their engagement and their enthusiasm for the project has just grown. I'm also seeing them use more sophisticated language and develop their ways that they can express themselves through a different means, because they're writing a song. It's completely different to just telling somebody. It's put in a different way.
So Fast Track Cities is an initiative that's across the UK and across the world, in fact, which is metropolitan areas or city areas that have high incidence of HIV or rates of HIV transmission, who are really committing to that goal of ending youth transmissions by 2030. So what that means is projects like the one that the Welsh National Opera are doing, creative projects to engage young people at a really crucial moment, at that point when they're just exploring the world and thinking about future relationships and things. It's so important to get this information out there, and it's a great way to do it through creativity to ensure that the next generation really do have the tools that they need to end HIV.